7 steps to remove paint from floor tiles. Like an expert, removing paint from floor tiles might seem daunting, but with the right approach, you can tackle the task like a seasoned professional. This step-by-step guide will walk you through the expert-recommended process, ensuring that you remove the paint while safeguarding the integrity of your tiles. Step 1. Prepare the area. Lay down plastic sheets or drop cloths to protect the surrounding surfaces from any paint splatters or debris. This will make cleanup easier and prevent damage to other areas. Step 2. Test a small area. Select an inconspicuous spot on the tiles to perform a test. Apply a small amount of your chosen paint remover, or use the heat gun as directed. Wait for the recommended time to see how the tile reacts. Check for any discoloration, softening, or adverse effects. Step 3. Apply solvent or heat. Using a solvent, apply the paint remover directly onto the paint spots using a clean rag or sponge. Allow it to sit for the recommended amount of time to soften the paint. Using a heat gun, hold the heat gun about 6 to 8 inches away from the painted area and move it slowly across the surface. The heat will soften the paint, making it easier to scrape off. Avoid overheating the tiles. Step 4. Scrape off the paint gently. Use a paint scraper at a low angle to lift off the softened paint. Work carefully to avoid damaging the tiles. Start at the edges and work towards the center of each paint spot. If the paint is resistant, reapply solvent or heat, and wait a bit longer. Step 5. Wipe and rinse. Use clean, damp rags or sponges to wipe away the loosened paint and residue. Make sure to frequently rinse and wring out the rags to avoid spreading the paint around. Rinse the tiles with clean water to remove any remaining solvent or paint remover. Step 6. Scrub grout lines. For paint that's trapped in grout lines or crevices, gently scrub the area with an old toothbrush or nylon brush. This will help dislodge any remaining paint particles. Step 7. Repeat as needed. If there are areas where the paint is still not fully removed, repeat the process of applying solvent or heat, followed by scraping and wiping until the tiles are clean. Step 8. Clean tiles. Create a mild soap solution by mixing a few drops of mild dish soap with water. Use a clean sponge or rag to gently scrub the tiles, removing any remaining residue. Rinse thoroughly with clean water to prevent soap buildup. Step 9. Rinse and dry. Rinse the tiles again with clean water to ensure there is no soap residue left behind. Dry the tiles thoroughly using clean, dry rags to prevent water spots or streaks. Step 10. Apply tile cleaner. If desired, apply a tile cleaner that's appropriate for your type of tile. Follow the proper instructions for application. This can help restore the tile's original shine and appearance. 7 Best Ways to Remove Paint from Tile Floor. Discover the ultimate solution for restoring the beauty of your tile floors in this guide to the best paint removal methods. Uncover the expert-recommended approach that ensures a flawless paint-free finish while safeguarding your tile's integrity. Method 1. Solvent Method. Introducing the solvent method, an effective technique for paint removal from tile floors. By applying a paint remover or solvent, you can soften the paint, making it easier to lift off the surface. Let's explore this step-by-step approach to restore the beauty of your tiles. Apply a paint remover or solvent directly to the paint spots. Let it sit for the recommended time to soften the paint. Gently scrape off the paint using a plastic paint scraper. Wipe the area clean with a rag soaked in water or solvent. Method 2. Heat gun technique. Discover the heat gun technique, a method that utilizes controlled heat to remove paint from tile floors. This approach involves carefully heating the paint to a pliable state, allowing you to gently scrape it off. Learn how to execute this method safely and efficiently for a paint-free tile surface. Use a heat gun on a low setting to warm the paint. Once the paint softens, carefully scrape it off with a plastic putty knife. Work in small sections and maintain a safe distance to avoid overheating. Method 3. Hot water and soap. Dive into the hot water and soap method, a simple yet effective way to remove paint from tile floors. By using the power of heat and soapy water, You can soften and scrub away the paint, revealing your tile's original luster. Explore this gentle approach to achieve a clean and vibrant result. Soak a clean rag in hot water mixed with mild soap. Place the damp rag over the paint to soften it. Gently scrub the softened paint using a nylon brush or scrub pad. Rinse the area with clean water and dry it with a towel. Method 4. Commercial paint removers. Explore the world of commercial paint removers tailored for tile floors. With the right product and proper application, this method can significantly ease the paint removal process. Discover using a suitable paint remover to achieve a flawless finish on your tiles. Choose a paint remover formulated for your tile type. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for application. Allow the remover to work, and then gently scrape off the paint. Method 5. Acetone or nail polish remover. For certain tiles, unveil the potential of acetone or nail polish remover for paint removal on compatible tile surfaces. In this method, I'll explore how these solvents can effectively soften and dissolve paint, providing a viable solution for restoring the elegance of your tiles. Use acetone or nail polish remover on tiles that won't be damaged by it. Apply a small amount to a clean rag and rub the paint spot gently. Wipe away the paint as it softens. Method 6. Mechanical scrubbing. Introducing the mechanical scrubbing method, a hands-on approach to removing paint from tile floors. By using a plastic scrub pad or soft bristle brush, you can gently scrub away the paint without damaging the tiles. Discover the art of controlled mechanical action for a polished tile surface. Use a plastic scrub pad or a soft bristle brush. Apply a little water and scrub the paint spots gently until the paint loosens. Wipe away the paint with a clean rag. Method 7. Razor blade or plastic putty knife. Learn about the precision offered by a razor blade or plastic putty knife targeted paint removal from tile floors. With the right technique and caution, these tools can help you delicately scrape off paint, ensuring minimal impact on your tile's appearance. Carefully use a razor blade or plastic putty knife at a shallow angle. Gently scrape the paint off the tile surface. Be cautious to avoid scratching the tile. 10 tips on how to remove old paint from tile floor. Discover effective ways to restore your tile floor's original beauty with these invaluable tips on removing old paint. Whether dealing with a mishap or wanting to revamp your space, these insights will guide you through gentle methods to rejuvenate your tiles without compromising their integrity. Tip 1. Test in an inconspicuous area before proceeding. Test your chosen paint removal method in a hidden corner of the floor to ensure it doesn't damage the tile or affect its finish. Tip 2. Choose the right method. Select the appropriate method based on the type of paint and tile. Solvent-based, heat-based, or mechanical methods may work differently depending on the situation. Tip 3. Solvent application. If using a solvent, apply it directly to the old paint. Let it sit for a recommended period, allowing it to soften the paint. Be patient and give the solvent enough time to work its magic. Tip 4. Heat gun use. For heat-based removal, use a heat gun on a low setting. Hold it several inches away from the old paint and gradually warm the area. Once the paint softens, carefully scrape it off with a plastic putty knife. Tip 5. Mechanical action. Mechanical methods involve scrubbing or scraping the paint off. Use a plastic scrub pad, soft bristle brush, or plastic putty knife. Apply gentle pressure to avoid damaging the tiles. Tip 6. Multiple passes. In many cases, especially with old and stubborn paint, you might need to repeat the process multiple times. Apply solvent, heat, or mechanical action as needed, being careful not to rush the process. Tip 7. Soak and soften. For water-based paint, soak a clean rag in warm water and place it over the old paint. Let it sit for a while to soften the paint, making it easier to remove. Tip 8. Grout line. Attention. Pay special attention to grout lines where paint might accumulate. Use an old toothbrush or grout brush to gently scrub away old paint, restoring the grout's appearance. Tip 9. Patience and caution. Be patient and cautious throughout the process. Avoid using excessive force or sharp tools that could scratch or damage the tiles. Work slowly and methodically. Tip 10. Cleaning after removal. Once the paint is removed, clean the area with mild soap and water to eliminate any residue from the removal process. Rinse thoroughly to prevent soap buildup.